welcome back. It is a Fine Art Friday, and as you can tell by the box, I'm doing something different along with the normal. We're not going that far outside. Isn't it pretty? It's a moon over mountains. And this one, I was going to take it off and then I realized matched my idea really well. Message in a bottle. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, these are wax seals. We got these a while ago to do Christmas presents. So I thought they'd be really cool to bring into our journaling. So our book is back. Yay. For those of you who are new here, I'm Auntie Becky. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. There are now 7 subscribers. I love you all so much. One of these days we're going to get double digits. Yee. Anyway, so I had this idea and I thought it'd be really fun to use the wax seals. Something I have sadly learned after I did this is that this particular paper in this book is not... It's very susceptible to the wax. The wax is coming through the other side, but that's okay. We'll just put stickers on it when we get there. So I had an idea of letters. I had all these really great letters and books and desky stuff from one of the washi paper envelopes that you see. This was from the yellowy beigey one. And it had some really good stamps in it. And I'm like, okay, we're going to do letters. But I wanted to do something a little different. So we don't just want to slather washi tape all over everything and call it done. So I'm pulling out all my stuff here, but you're going to see me do things a little different. The editing of this was also a new learning experience for me because I had to speed up parts of this. They're perfectly fine and meditative to do, but not exciting to watch. I'm watching here going, I did this and I want to hurt myself. It's so slow. So I've sped up some other bits. You'll see me suddenly get jerky or weird. That's because I've sped up parts of it more than I normally speed up the videos. If you watch these at 1.5 speed, I'm sorry. It's going to go in the middle. No, you're not going to miss anything important. Picture wise, and my voice is going to stay the same. I didn't speed up my voice. Alrighty, so needed a little bit of washi tape. Can't do this without the washi tape. It's so much fun. So I pull out 2 here. One is quite small and it has various plants and like office-y type ephemera. And then one we've seen before, which is the glass jars, vessels, containing plants and natural things, because there's some feathers too. So here's the idea. I was going to write a letter. So this is coming up is the next jump in speed. So I start out with writing, "My darling." And, oh look, Fast Becky can now go real fast. And I write this longing love letter, nothing crude, nothing that the young lady would get in trouble for when it's just found and then private detectives have to go find it if it's Agatha Christie. But it's just, I miss you. How could your family take you away from me? Blah, 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 blah. The purpose of the letter is not the story the letter is telling. It is to have the handwriting as our backdrop. So right now I'm writing about, I think at one point my brother escorted me to the party because I'm unwilling to be seen in public with another man who is not my beloved. Because my beloved is all. And I'm just going to come out and say it, no matter what the families think. Okay, maybe someone would have to go after this letter. We cut off before anything nasty. And I long for your presence style things. But as you see, I'm writing in brown felt tip. So when you're looking at these pages are very mottled and cream and very natural looking. They are slightly porous, which is why I had that wax problem, but you don't see it on this one, and we'll figure it out the next one. We'll put something on it. We'll put some paper on it. It'll be fine. But So here I'm trying to think of other things to write because I want it to go all the way down. I want a fairly consistent page of text in handwriting. My love for you shall always continue. Something. I shall endure, I think. I don't know why my love is enduring and not celebrating, but whatever. But a lot of the stickers you saw me pull... Oh, we're reverting back to normal speed now. The boring writing is over. A lot of stickers you saw me pull are the washi stickers, and they're very translucent. They're like the washi tape. They're very thin, and you can't see through them, but you can definitely see what's going on behind them. So the writing needed to be all the way down and consistent as this letter, because you can still reference it through the stickers. It really holds it all together. So I ended up doing almost like a little desk at the bottom, because we had this, what I'm peeling now looks like a desk holder. And then there's a gas lamp, not a gas lamp, an oil lamp. Gas lamps look different. That is an oil lamp and a vessel containing scrolls, which I don't think would be useful storage, but whatever. It looks pretty. And then another desk thing with envelopes on it, kind of implying that this is the desk at which these letters are being written. So we've got our little desk organizer here. Lovely wood brown. So yes, you see there's like a vessel full of scrolls. Not sure whose desk this is from, but it looks real nice, so we're going with it. It's a thing you used to see in storybooks and that type of thing, now that I'm looking at it. Because I film all these with the camera and then I do the voiceovers, if you haven't figured that out. I tend to watch TV and stuff while doing this, or have music on, and I can't keep my house quiet enough to do the voiceovers in the main room where I do the filming. So yeah, but looking at this, I'm really getting reminded of the way they used to show dream sequences or writing sequences in like really old kids movies and very, very old adult movies aimed at grown-ups with more difficult plot lines, where you'd see the desk and you'd see the person writing, and sometimes you would see the letter up kind of almost if it's behind them. They would just splice the shots together. So you'd have the shot of the letter, sometimes the posting and all this, while you're watching the person write. It was an older montage style. So it really is reflecting this reality versus thought. So the stamps, the package of letters are all kind of floating above what would be the desk, with the action, which is this letter, in behind. Was that intentional? Nope. Very nope. Do I think it worked well? Oh yeah. I think this turned out really nicely myself. I actually had a theme when I started, which is rare for me, and I think I should probably come up with those ahead of time to do these, because they do seem to come out better. I had a bit of an idea going in last week, which you can see on the left, which was the music of the butterflies, kind of what I wanted to play with, and then this time I wanted to do this letter thing, and so that seems to work. So yes, if you look closely, you can see the letter, the words going right through. You'll be able to see it on the close-up tomorrow. So now we're down to tapes. So I only used a little bit of this tape, just a smidge. I wanted to bring it in line with the style of things we've been doing, but I only use just a little bit. I didn't want it to go onto the desk stuff at the bottom. So it just adds to that more magical floaty element of the above part, the stuff that isn't desky stuff. And this. So I had fun with this. So you saw me doing this, if you are one of my regulars or one of my subscribers, you're amazing, where I will take these tapes and cut them apart. A lot of these tapes with the really good figures on them, these really nice shapes and recognizable subjects, are not necessarily all oriented the same way, which does make it more difficult to use as a tape. These plants seem to be okay. They're very vertical, but they do seem to be okay for that. But I'm finding that in other ones, so I'm like, I have to start cutting these apart because either all the unicorns are sideways or like the balloons are going left instead of up. So we've got a couple at the top. They're corked. They're very cool. I decided I wanted more. They brought in that little bit of extra color I feel it was missing. So as I said, this is one of my lighter ones. I don't just pile and pile and pile like last week. Both are good, both are valid. If you are looking at getting started in this and you have an idea and it's slightly out of the norm of what you're doing in your book, don't worry about it. It's still you, so it will still match and make sense. Here we go with the waxes. So this is something I picked up. So as I said, we did this at Christmas. We did a whole postal theme. This part sped up because watching wax melt is like watching wax melt. It's not fun in real time. So it's like 250 speed. These were the first ones. Your first ones always take longer because your bowl is cold. So this is working. It's got a little candle, which provides the heat, and I'm cooking wax. So you see I took 3 of one color and then a fourth of another color. For a non-include, so for a non-inclusion seal, 4 works fine in the size of seals and the type of wax I have. If I want an accent color, and I need to put it on the back of the bowl. So you'll see on the left, where I'm pouring, there's a little teeny spout like on a pitcher. So that's where the best pour is. Excuse me. I put the accent color at the back because if you put it on the side where the spout is, the other color will just overwhelm it, and it'll just be like at the bottom where you can't see. It's underneath. So this makes sure that there are stripes of your accent color. So yeah, so I'm going to use 3 more bronze. And when I poured this one out, I felt it didn't have a lot of contrast from that green. So I decided to try a slightly different green. I am not an expert at this. Oh look, I've sped up again. I'm now going real fast. I know, you can't tell, but I am. This is doing wax seals, I find a very soothing process. And they're interchangeable from the handle, which is fun. If you're watching people do wax seals, there's lots of people who do them. If you're more interested, all over YouTube, there's some very cool things. You'll see them use ice packs and cooling mats and things to keep their seals cool. Because if you're doing a bunch in series, the metal of the seal will heat up, like the press part, and that will cause it to stick to your wax and not come off. These were fine. It's winter where I am, even though my house is warm, it's not that warm. And I was only doing one of each style, so I didn't have to worry about that. And here we are, waiting for it to dry. It's very exciting. So yeah, one of the things I learned today from the other YouTube channels is you put your seal on and you just leave it until you think it might be dry. Because once it's dry, it'll pop right off. But if you try to take it off too early, the other wax will try to come with it. Oh, I'm adding more plants. I'm like, what am I doing? Past Becky, what are you doing? You are adding more plants in jars. Because I'm obsessed with plants in jars, apparently. Apparently I need to have a terrarium. No, I don't. I will kill it. I am bad with real plants. Maybe that's why I like sticker plants so much. Because all of my real plants, they die. My garden has a hope because rain happens. But my rinse-out plants, they die. So yeah, so there we are. Now we're going to do a little bit of upkeep here. I was like, where's my thing? So when cleaning up from a wax kit like this, from a wax seal kit like this, which we got again off of Amazon for real cheap. This is not the good stuff, guys. It's really important to clean this little bowl thingy. I'm sure it has a real name, before the wax sets. Because you cannot chip it all out, but it wipes out beautifully. Do remember that hot things are hot. All right, and then I use this as a snuffer to take that down. There we go. All right, here we are. Letters for the loved one. Have a lovely day. Remember, Auntie Becky loves you, and I will see you soon. Bye.